All right, look at this. Now, can you believe somebody made this, Jim? I mean,
South Lake Tahoe.
A man
this is Father of the Year here. Father of the Year, building a snow slide. He builds this every year for his daughters. Took 80 hours to create this, and I love it. He's just kind of using the slide and the velocity. I mean, really a little physics involved in here.
All right, some awesome. Even made some stairs, some cool stuff. I would vote for him for sure. All right, send your something in if you're an eyewitness. You want to send us your video, and it could make our top 5. Upload those photos at weather.com/eyewitness, or email them to us at eyewitness@weather.com.
All right, coming up next on Weather Center, the science behind that devastating earthquake in New Zealand.
I'm out here in Glacier National Park, and they call this place the crown jewel of the continent. Out here, the weather's just constantly changing. You know, 5 minutes ago it was snowing, now the sun's out, so who knows what's going to happen at sunset. And that's the beauty of photography. You never know what Mother Nature's going to dish up. Look at that magnificent scene out there. You've got these shafts of light coming through one way and wispy clouds another way. Look at Mother Nature, just so magnificent and so...
Mom, where does non-dairy creamer come from?
Get real about what you put in your coffee. La Creme, real dairy from real cows in 4 amazing all-natural flavors. Get real. Get La Creme.
At TurboTax, we're all about making taxes easy, like SnapTax.
Magic in me. Every time I touch that track, it turns into gold. Everybody knows I got the magic in me. I got the magic, baby. Every time I touch that track, it turns into gold. Yes, it turns to gold. Everybody knows.
It's just one more way you can choose easy.
Excuse me. Your change. It's nice to know you can trust people. State Farm is counting on it. They want you to talk to your neighbors, then call a State Farm agent, find out how you can get discounts up to 40%. See, State Farm insures 40 million drivers. That's more than Geico and Progressive combined. 40 million drivers, more savings, and discounts up to 40%. So call an agent at 1-800-STATE-FARM or go online.
I love working with animals, but my allergies put me in a fog.
So now, I'm Claritin Clear.
Claritin works great on all my allergies, like dust, mold, pollen, or pets, without making me drowsy.
Because I want to be alert around this big guy. Live Claritin Clear, indoors and out.
And that's what brings me here today.
A hammer's great for 2x4s. When it comes to securing a foundation, you really should be using this Craftsman right angle impact driver. It's the right tool for the job.
Over 30,000 tools, 400 brands, and the expert advice to get it right the first time. Check out the Sears Tool Mega Sale. This Friday and Saturday, take 30% off all mechanics tool sets and tool storage over $99. Sears.
The weather, man.
It's been a crazy winter, and it's just getting crazier.
The weather team.
We have breaking news for you this morning.
We are getting remarkable images and stories.
Weekday mornings from 6 to 11 Eastern. Your daily forecast, news headlines, and the top story.
Literally the worst conditions I think I've ever been in.
Ready when you are, no matter the weather.
9 states under blizzard warnings. 9 states.
Wake up with Al and your weather today. Weekday mornings from 6 to 11 Eastern on the Weather Channel.
We now offer phone service for $1.70 a month with MagicJack. That's just $19.95 a year. $19.95 a year. We give you free local and long distance and your own phone number. How much could you save every month?
Over $100.
I'd say $40 to $50 a month.
About $40 a month.
About $50 a month.
You could save $500 to $1,000 a year. That's why over 6 million people have already made the switch to MagicJack. Start your savings today. Get MagicJack at Radio Shack.
They can at Pledge, under your sink, isn't just a great way to clean wood. Pledge is also gentle on leather, safe on stainless. Mr. Spot, great for shining motorcycles. Wood? Come on, it's Pledge. Car seats and dashboards. Hey there, cleans laminate furniture or whatever that was. Even granite. Today, Pledge shines a whole lot more than just end tables. It's your Pledge now.
SC Johnson, a family company.
Through the storm and beyond. The Weather Channel, the Winter Weather Authority.
Now you're local on the 8s.
Tory Story is just a moment away or so. Tofino, Canada, up in British Columbia there. We're talking about going up, believe it or not, for the first time, I got a chance to surf. And you think about all the times I've spent at the beach, and yeah, where water temperatures have been near 80 degrees. I waited till I got to Tofino, where the water and the air temperature were about 47 degrees. Anyway, great place to go storm watching. You will love this show coming up. Let's talk about what's going on across the plains tonight, interestingly enough. We've got warm, moist air coming back. The atmosphere already reloading. And yeah, look at this. A few elevated thunderstorms tonight across southeastern Kansas, northern Oklahoma, heading in toward Missouri. Again, all these will be below severe limits, but I think it's amazing to just kind of watch this already unfold in through here. Let's talk about this setup here, which will get much more prolific as we get into this time tomorrow night. Low pressure will take shape and certainly be there by Thursday morning. It's not only where the severe sets up, it's where this warm front sets up. That is going to be a focal point for some very heavy rain. Is it going to be on a Little Rock to Nashville to, if you will, Blacksburg line, or is it going to be on a St. Louis to Indianapolis, which I don't think it will be that far north, over to Pittsburgh line? Could be even farther south, too. So where that sets up, certainly just to the south of that, we do anticipate some pretty intense thunderstorms. So here's the outlook going on into Thursday. Again, we'll start off overnight tomorrow night, probably in this region through here, Dallas, Oklahoma City, into Arkansas, maybe some elevated storms farther north. But the action gets going. Tornadoes, hail, and damaging winds progressing all the way northeast, believe it or not, toward the mid-Atlantic into D.C. and Baltimore, where by Friday morning we're talking about thunderstorms, Kim, where yesterday at this time we were talking about snow.
Yeah, it's just, you know, the pattern is continuing to be busy, Jim, but we just changed the weather out, right? Yeah. All right, we're also following, folks, the deadly 6.3 magnitude earthquake that struck Christchurch, New Zealand during the Tuesday lunch hour. Now, New Zealand is positioned in a seismically active part of the world, but the past few months have been particularly problematic for the country. Julie Martin looks at the science behind the latest tragedy and what makes it unique.
Can you call out to us, please?
As the search for survivors continues in Christchurch, people who lived through the 6.3 magnitude quake are shocked by its power.
It had all collapsed, so we were just on a concrete edge of the building.
New Zealand is located in the Ring of Fire, an intense zone of seismic activity. It straddles two of the world's major tectonic plates. As the plates grind over, under, or alongside one another, they create fracture zones known as strike-slip faults. Eventually, something has to give.
The September one was the major starting event for all the earthquakes in the Christchurch area. It's the largest event that's occurred, and essentially every other event that's happened would be considered an aftershock of that main event.
Professor Kevin Furlong witnessed the 7.1 magnitude earthquake that rocked the region last September. While this event ranked lower on the magnitude scale, he says two things made it far more devastating: how shallow it was and exactly where it happened.
So most of its energy was actually directed to the structures and the shallow features of the earth. It's very close to the city of Christchurch, just on the south edge of the city, and by being very shallow and within just, less than 5 or 10 miles from the center of the city, most of the energy that was generated during the earthquake was essentially available to do damage.
Furlong says many of Christchurch's older buildings were already in a weakened state from seismic activity in the past when this quake struck, including its now fallen cathedral. I'm Julie Martin, The Weather Channel.
You know, some of the most amazing images of the aftermath of the New Zealand earthquake have actually been coming from social media sites like Twitter. And meteorologist Mark Elliott is live in the Digital Media Center with more, and they're pretty incredible, Mark.
Yeah, Kim, one of the most stunning figures I saw today was the comparison between the church before and after. Let me show you that on the iPad right now. This is what the cathedral used to look like, that huge spire. Of course, it has crumpled in this most recent earthquake, all that rubble down on the bottom, and there were lots of stories of people running from that cathedral. Of course, it wasn't just the buildings falling, it was also fires that started. And speaking of fires, Los Angeles County Fire's Heavy Rescue Task Force is on the way to help in New Zealand, but they're going to have a tough time getting there. This is what the roads look like, so lots of problems because of all that shaking. All right, guys, we're going to throw it back to you.
Kind of reminds me a little bit of the Mississippi coast after the storm surge comes in, kind of upwells the road like that.
Yeah, same idea.
Yes, indeed. Well, thanks for staying with us tonight here on Weather Center. Kim will be back in a couple hours. But up next, we've got a lineup for you. Cantore Stories, Storm Riders, Full Force Nature, and Weather Center back at 1 a.m.
All right, we'll see you in a few. Have a good one.
This program was brought to you by your local Lexus dealer.
Hey, I am really distracted by this sandwich. I'm probably going to veer into your lane, so watch out.
Accidents don't announce themselves. That's why the RX helps protect you with 360 degrees of safety. See your Lexus dealer.
What can you do with plain white rice? When you pour chunky sirloin burger soup over it, you can do dinner. 4 minutes, around $4. Campbell's Chunky. It's amazing what soup can do.
Introducing DeliFresh, fresh refrigerated food for dogs. DeliFresh is an all-natural meal of fresh meats and vegetables with no preservatives or byproducts. Find it in the refrigerator at your local pet store. DeliFresh, dog food redefined.
My wife and I want to lower our cholesterol, but finding healthy food that tastes good is torturous.
Your father's suffering.
Honey Nut Cheerios cereal tastes great and can help lower cholesterol.
Be happy, be healthy.
I'm in pain.
Quality and reliability are more than words here. It's personal. I have diabetes, so I'm proud to manufacture the Accu-Check Aviva meters and test strips here in the USA. And now, we put a prescription discount card in every box, so you'll pay no more than $15 on test strips, which is a true American value for people with diabetes, like me.
Accu-Check Aviva, born in the USA.
I can't get rid of these weeds or these nasal allergies.
I know what works differently than many other allergy medications. Omneris. Omneris to the nose. Did you know nasal symptoms like congestion can be caused by allergic inflammation? Omneris relieves your symptoms by fighting inflammation. Side effects may include headache, nosebleed, and sore throat.
I nip my allergy symptoms in the bud.
Omneris. Ask your doctor. Battling nasal allergy symptoms? Omneris combats the cause. Get Omneris for only $11 at omneris.com.
Next on Cantore Stories. For Jim Cantore, it's heaven on earth.
Howling wind, horizontal rain, and pounding surf.
The Storm Tracker discovers a storm watcher's paradise.
The windier and the stormier, the better.
Cantore Stories, coming up next on the Weather Channel.
The Weather Channel is brought to you by this cable or satellite provider. You can also get reliable forecasts from the Weather Channel through this radio station or newspaper.
Wake up with Al and your weather today. Weekday mornings from 6 to 11 on the Weather Channel. And now, your local on the 8s.